Glory to mankind. Stop it, you're trashing the set.
I haven't been this immersed in a game for a long time. At first I didn't know what to make of it, yet it won me over and I'm glad to say that I got to play it. The thing what was weird about this was finding a blindfold. It was really hard to come across and in the end I found it in a sex shop. I don't know if that was a statement to the game or just a coincidence, or maybe the androids have something else going on to pass the time. So let's get on with Nier Automata. Nier Automata is a unique action battle sci-fi title that I'm not going to forget about anytime soon. It's an hack and slash and an old arcade shooter at times, mixed with light RPG mechanics and a heavy story element. For the story it takes part in a far future post-apocalyptic world where humanity has fled to the moon from an alien invasion that occurs. And for their counterattack they build an army of androids called Yarhar to fight the alien machines, to make an epic battle instead of just nuking them. Nier Automata is not a straightforward story, it will confuse you at some points. Heck, I finished the game although I still think about the ending that I got. It's stuck in my mind and replayed over and over again, where this game has multiple endings. And it all comes down to your interpretation of it. The main character is an android called 2B who's accompanied by an android called 9S. The game doesn't waste time, it throws you right into the action straight away. I thought that was brilliant where I have a short attention span. The game's tutorial was mind blowing the way it started off as an old arcade shooter. It just sprung that nostalgia feeling back for me, especially when it transforms back into the plane and the robot. I just love that. And you're shooting at everything. My favourite part was when it went into the 2D shooter, the game just drew me in right there. And made me feel like the stakes were very high right from the start of the game. And at the end of it you fight this big tower boss thing and use its own arm against it. How awesome is that?
Enemy unit, marking weak point. Got it. Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
It takes a little bit of time to find your playstyle. The combat animations are fast and stunning and very fast paced. I love the animations with all the different weapons that you can get. As 2B you have access to light attacks and heavy attacks, and if timed just right you can dodge attacks as well, along with a talking turret. Yeah, what also can be upgraded later on. The game includes a levelling up system, what you earn by defeating enemies, with all the weapons what you can find and buy, and you can also upgrade them with the elements that you find throughout this world. You have an AI companion at your side called 9S, and choose what type of tactics for him to use. Balance, aggressive, and the AI seems to be programmed well. Although you do get slight hiccups now and again. Then there's these plug-in chips what are sort of an upgrade, what you can swap in and out to match the way that you want to play. There is an auto mode what does it for you, although I suggest going through it manually where I found it easier to know what I had, and the benefits to them chips where they can completely change the way that you play. If you die in battle you lose your chipsets, but you can reclaim them at the place where you died. Also you can reanimate your own corpse to help you in battle, especially if you play with the online function on. It switches from 3D to 2D gameplay and it can be disorientating at first. Except you do get used to it, even though the camera does jitter when it switches sometimes. This happens very rarely. I think that it happens something like twice on me throughout the whole game. The side quests are stunning and some of them will make you laugh. Like the one with the pink dye robot asking awkward questions to 9S.
Well, machines can't really make children. Neither can androids now that I think about it. 2B? Little help here?
And throughout the many of the side missions I kinda made the game on my own. There's only certain save points of the game where you can save. They look like these vending machines. You gotta defeat these little robots to unlock it. Then if you're in the radius of the vending machine, you can save at will. So you don't have to go all the way back to it just to save. My advice here though is to save often, where this game has no auto-save system. Especially later on in the game, it can piss you off if you forget to save and die. The game can be harsh like that. The main thing that annoyed me about this must be the fast travel. It takes a while to unlock it. While in the meantime you're running everywhere, but I think that this was the point so you get to know the layout of the map. I also did notice slight stuttering at times when entering in a new area. It just jarred me for about a second and I kept on playing. I found it a bit too easy on the normal difficulty setting. I recommend playing it on hard to get that bit of a challenge out of it. However, this is only if you're used to hack and slash games. At certain points of the game I could not stop smiling. It's so satisfying when you beat a high level enemy when you're such a low level. The feeling is incredible what you get from the fight. Once when you complete your 2B's campaign, you might think that you're done with the game. Think again, only because the credits roll, it doesn't mean that you finished. I was caught out by this until I went back to play more of the side missions, and it loaded me into 9S's campaign. I didn't know what was going on while I was playing as this little robot. Once when that little bit was done, it showed 9S, and you get to take control of him. Also, you get to keep your level while you're playing as this new character, and all your weapons and chipsets from the previous character carries over. 9S has a light attack, but he has no heavy attack, where this is replaced with a hacking mechanic. 9S's campaign involves a lot of hacking, what takes place in this old school style gameplay, where you control this triangle thing. It took me a while at first to get used to the hacking minigame, except when I did I had a lot of fun with it, and it made 9S a very powerful character to play as, if you're good at hacking, where it can be very destructive. It surprised me how my gameplay changed on this character, compared to the way that I was playing as 2B. I can also see that this becoming tiresome if you're hacking a lot, where this minigame repeats itself often. Also, it can become a bit tedious playing the same missions as 9S what you done with 2B. However, 9S does make comments on some of these activities what you done. Also, you do see some missions on the new light in their cutscenes on 9S's perspective. Then there's A2, who plays a lot like 2B, except the self-destruct now is replaced with a berserk mode, and her dash is now a short teleport. The boss battles are legendary. I haven't enjoyed boss battles like this for a long time. Each one was incredible and left a significant impression by what I was facing, with their own unique attack styles and how they were presented, especially where it gives them a little bit of backstory on each boss character. And when I got to play as one of the Goliaths, it made my mouth water.
Oh, you dirty bastard, you're getting that shit all over the controller.
And if that's not enough and you need a little bit of downtime in between missions, try a little bit of fishing. And if you're after something more fast paced, you can jump and ride on one of the animals. I think the part that made the most impression on me was when the robots were playing Romeo and Juliet, and then it goes completely batshit crazy, and at that point I was in hysterics, and I actually prefer this one compared to Shakespeare's one. Sorry.
Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Ah, Juliet, Juliet. Wherefore art thou, Juliet? Oh, Romeo, Romeo, which one of thou art Romeo? Ah, Juliet, Juliet, I am not wholly sure. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, then let us call thy numbers. Ah, Juliet, Juliet, then I shall take thy life. Die, Romeo, thou stupid asshole! I shall make thee regret the day of thy birth. I shall make thee taste dirt. Die. Destroy. I'll kill thee. Die, die, die. I'll tear the shit out of thee. Be gone from this world forever, wench. Bleach by dough, oh wretched man. Piss it off. My Romeos are no more. I have slain them each and all. I must join them anon. Well, it's the end of our production of Romeos and Juliets.
I thought that it was nice that the title screen changes as you progress throughout the story. I don't see that in a lot of games and I welcome the change. Nier Automata is a semi-open world with a lot of content in it. At times when you first start off you might get lost. After some time you do get used to the layout of the map. As for characters, 2B starts off as an emotionless android whose only thought is about the mission. After time she starts opening up her personality as I went through the campaign, and I started to actually like this character as her personality developed.
9S.
2B.
Come on. Let's go home.
You mean
9S is more straight to the point and stating the obvious out of the mission, with his comments, and then there's the bad-tempered A2, who's got to be my favourite character with her angry smart comments what she makes to Pod. And some of the characters what you meet are just jaw-dropping like they're talking football.
Huh? Hey, where am I?
what's that?
Hey there, guys. What's up?
This thing's weird, 2B. Let's kill it.
Wait, what? No. Good idea. No!
Fuck, that thing can move fast. The graphics ain't mind blowing, however they are good. It's more of the art style of the game with its pretty colours. Sometimes I had to stop and admire the view where it engulfed me. The soundtrack is brilliant that it amazed me and mesmerised me. Yeah, I must have stopped playing the game at one point just to listen to the soundtrack, and I got completely lost in it. I must have been listening to the soundtrack for 15 minutes or so, before I realised that I'm actually supposed to be playing the game. With the adjustment to the sound when you're entering in a new area, it's completely fluid. Especially in the boss fight, it engages you to the game a lot more. The cutscenes are locked at 30 frames, it can seem a bit stiff. Compared to the gameplay where that's at 60 frames, however they are engaging cutscenes that I could not pull myself away from watching. For the voice acting, it is unbelievably good. I never noticed anything out of place. For how long the game is, I clocked on around about 30 hours, but I did do a lot of the side missions. However, there is a shitload of side missions. If you did everything, I could see that it'd take you around about 60 hours. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 and I'll definitely recommend it. So have you played Nier Automata? So what did you think of it and its weird story? Leave it in the comments below. Until next time, I'm fucking off.
Seems to be searching for a way back.
Oh. Yeah. And you get to keep your level when playing as this new character, and all your weapons and chips from the previous character that you played as. And you get to keep your level when playing as this new character, and you get to keep your. And you get to keep your and you get to keep your level while playing as this new character, and all your weapons. And you get to keep your. And you get to keep your level while playing as this new character, and all your weapons and.